So like I said, I wanted to bounce between the different little projects because I want to eventually get to the business project, which is what this whole month is about. On the relational topic, the way I've always described it on the show is like a little sphere, a little ball. And in that ball is you. That's how I've looked at it in my life. Like, what's the most important thing? Well, I can't be a good dad to my daughter if I don't take care of me. That's how I've always looked at it. And then outside of that sphere is my daughter. Originally, when we started shooting the show, I just put the rest of the world in that third sphere outside of my kid. But it wasn't until this summer that I realized, because my kid was graduating high school and going into college, and something inside me flipped, and I'm like, her mom has been playing a big part of this. So philosophically, I was like, it's me, my daughter, and then her mom, and then the rest of the world. So I've put relationship in that sense for me to kind of like, okay, take care of me, be there for my kid, handle whatever I have to handle with her mom, and then the rest of the world can just fucking wait on all of that first. How do you do the relationship thing for you, and like being a single dad now with your two daughters, right? Your two girls.
So that crosses over a ton of different stuff just because, I mean, I have probably one of the more unique situations. So when we got divorced, this had come in. So I, just because of the tension and the stress and all this other kind of stuff within myself, because I realized how I was playing a huge part of that, I was definitely manufacturing that. And the between the stress and just like the depression and all this other crap, as I was mentioning, I ate myself into type 2 diabetes, had 6 strokes, hospital for way too damn long. I had a PICC line. That was awesome. Let me tell you, experiences are up there. That was a unique experience I don't care to repeat, if that's okay with everyone. And that had been because I was asking the question, like, how much longer can I take this? And like I had said, the universe will answer. Now, here's what's interesting. To better answer your question, I have to kind of give you just how I've come to understand things. And I'm not saying this is a universal truth. I don't know. It might not be for you at all.
Like what works for you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I've come to realize is that everything that happens for you, not to you. Right? On top of that, there is nothing else other than you. Because if you think about how human perception is formed, like just from, without even getting into a real spiritual element of it, if you look at how is it that the world around us is created in a way that makes sense. Like right now we're in a room and we have a silent collective agreement that this is a table, this is a microphone, there's a computer. Hey, look at you, that sort of stuff. But in reality, our eyes are decoding, energy frequencies. And so our brain that we believe to be the thing that runs us, really? Because it's a squishy thing of cells that's in a dark room. It's never seen the light of day. It's never smelled anything. And it's relying on third-party signals from your entire body and then interpreting that. So what that really comes down to, without getting too deep into it, is essentially we are playing a video game that is VR. Some of the best VR, and I actually now believe this more than anything else because I have done those VR games. They're opening up like studios and stuff. I took my girls to it. And I'm like, this is going to be so stupid. Look at me now. And then all it turns it on. All of a sudden there's little, squares floating around in the room. I have my little gun, like boop, boop, like just bopping them with the thing. And it was fun. And there was a huge window on one end of the room and it was just light pouring in. I'm like, this is going to ruin the experience. And I'm not saying anything. I'm like, okay, whatever. And the guy's like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, whatever. He flips a switch and the world as I knew it vanished completely. Like there was no more window with light. It was holy sweet mother of baby Jesus. And it was very early video gamey, but it didn't matter.
You're in it.
I'm like, is this what, and more what? Like there were times where, it was like zombies, obviously. And I'm with 2 little girls. And I find at one point they are like in the very first maybe 50 seconds of this thing, they are both curled up on the floor screaming. And I'm like, shoot them. And like my daughter, obviously, because, you know, it's my daughter, is like, ah! Starts just hosing these things down. It's the craziest thing to watch. And then how much they got into it and then how normal it became.
Like you adapt real quick to that.
You adapt really quick. And also the funny thing, so I know I'm in a room. I know that I'm not going upstairs. I know there's no elevators. I know there's no zombies. Yet there was a part where I had to walk out on like basically like an air conditioning vent on the outside of like an 8-story building. That was butthole puckering. I'm like, I'm in a cartoon with zombies and I got my ass cheeks clenched because I hate heights.
And this is all VR.
And this is all VR. I'm like, there is not a single shred of a percentage chance that our regular life is not exactly this.
I agree with you. That makes sense. But it's also very hard to get yourself out of this experience sometimes. Like when you're in the hole, you're in the hole. Mm-hmm. Maybe you see the light out there, but you don't realize like I can easily get out of this hole.
Because all of your, like, for example, every single thing that we go through is a story we're telling ourselves about the thing that we're going through.
Yes.
And what I realized was, holy crap, wait a minute. If I feel a particular kind of crappy, I could just tell myself a different story. It doesn't matter. And it's like, is it true? Yeah, because I say it is. And, you know, can there be external evidence for it? I'm like, is there anything even external here? Like, no. And it's just interesting to see this because what you kind of realize is, oh, I am completely in charge of everything. And what that actually took was, you know, because my ex-wife and I have a very unique relationship where we're actually not bad. Like, I actually really like her new husband. We hang out. And you want to see people's heads spin around. Like, picture that first Thanksgiving after they got married. Right. And I stroll in and I'm eating turkey while he's like sitting there carving this thing. And I'm like, this is delicious. What are you shoving this thing? You know, and it's like I'm hanging out with his dad. And you could just kind of see that there's people like, what is this? And there's like between my ex-wife and like there's zero animosity. Like, I'm actually very grateful for the like unrelenting shit she put me through because she was right to do so because I allowed it. Yeah. You know, and that helped kind of like realize and break me out of a lot of this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay.